seems to me that they're missing a bigger picture, that they're at war with us, radical Islamists.
Right. But see, if you're a hardline left-winger, the other guy can never be wrong. So what is it that we did? It's always what America did wrong. Because if you're a hardline left-winger, you just can't imagine yourself saying that maybe, for example, ISIS wants to cut off your head because they really don't like you. Instead, the answer has to be, what are you doing to force them to cut off your head? I mean, this is why left-wingism is kind of a psychosis.
Yeah, Sean, what's your level of concern about any kickback from some of these countries that are on that list of 7 as far as how relations may work in the future? And some people obviously are critical of the fact that you have countries like, for example, mentioned Saudi Arabia or Afghanistan, where we have had attacks on U.S. soil with connections to those countries. So do you foresee those being added?
So are you asking what is our concern with their reaction to us?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, look, I think the president's #1 goal is the protection and safety of the United States and its people. If they want to act in a way that's inconsistent with their concerns, then that's up to them to do as a sovereign nation. But it is our duty, and it is his duty, to make sure that this country and its people are protected first and foremost.
Jihadist groups celebrated news of the travel ban over the weekend, indicating that they see it as a recruiting tool. Former CIA and NSA Director Michael Hayden said that he believes this travel ban could make the U.S. less safe. So what do you say to those who argue this travel ban will make the country less safe?
Again, let's go back and look at what it is. 7 countries that the Obama administration had already identified needed further travel restrictions.
They didn't issue a ban.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is that the president recognizes that it is his duty and obligation to make sure that we keep this country safe, and that and by instituting a process by which we look at these countries over a 90-day period, and the process by which people can come in and out of this country to ensure the safety of each and every one of us, I think is something that makes a heck of a lot of sense. So I understand, and I think in a lot of cases, and I say this respectfully, that I think some people have not read what exactly the order says and are reading it through misguided media reports. I mean, that's when you actually read the report and understand the nexus of it and how it's working. And again, look at how it worked. When you talk about the 325,000 people, 109 were temporarily inconvenienced for the safety of us all.
Year-old from Iran for 5
Okay,
hours. He was separated
and they were
from his
processed
mother.
through, Kristen. That's the process. I get the point is that you can go through and nitpick and say, okay, well, this individual is, but that's why we slow it down a little, and to make sure that if they are a 5-year-old, that maybe they're with their parents and they don't pose a threat. But to assume that just because of someone's age or gender or whatever, that they don't pose a threat would be misguided and wrong.
Let me just ask you about the rollout as well. Did Secretary Kelly find out about the executive order as it was being signed, and did Secretary Mattis find out only hours earlier?
Look, what I'm going to tell you is what has been briefed out previously, which is that all appropriate agencies and individuals that were needed to be part of the process were. Everybody was kept in the loop at the level necessary to make sure that we rolled it out properly. Vivian.